Hi, welcome to Project Geospatial. This is Adam Simmons on December 10th, 2019. And this week, we're going to talk about insights, data, and some geospatial resources. First off, I'm going to start off with a couple news items. Google's Environmental Insights Explorer. Now, the Google's Environmental Insights Explorer is now available in more than 100 cities worldwide and is backed by a $4 million action fund from Google.org. That's you can reach Google.org in a couple different places. So at Google.org is the Twitter handle, but it enables cities to analyze carbon emissions data to accelerate climate action. So specifically, the effort first launched around September of 2018 and collates city data ranging from estimated carbon emissions from transportation buildings to rooftop solar energy potential and NASA climate forecasts. So yeah, I'm reading out a little bit, but the insights dot the more information on that can be found at insights.sustainability.google. And to kind of show you the webpage a little bit, to kind of describe it a little bit too for our audio folks. Let's see. Let's switch over to that screen real quick. Show you the page. So I'm kind of want to walk you through here. The website's very informative. You can measure, estimate your city's greenhouse gas emissions, run scenarios based off of granular levels of data, and inform mitigation goals. I'm not sure how many. They probably have suggested actions you can take based off of your findings, that type of thing. What I found out by going through here, though, you can try typing in a city of your interest here, or you can view their sample cities. Now, with 100 cities worldwide, it's good data to play around with. But if you don't live in one of those cities, they have an option to request a city, expand the data access over the course of the next year. They're in partnership with the Global Covenant of Mayors for Climate Energy. You can find out more about that on the webpage. So let's kind of go through one of the sample cities real quick. I like this map in here. So if I don't have, I have a rough idea where a lot of these cities are, but if I want to look kind of specifically within the United States, get an idea where there's data. There's a lot of them in California. What's nearby me? So I'm in the Washington, D.C. area. So Roanoke, surprisingly, has data. So looking at Roanoke here, the Roanoke page, bring it up. You can see I can look at building emissions. Looks like there's, I don't even know how to read that unit of measurement, something of carbon dioxide per year. So there's transportation emissions, rooftop solar potential. Let's look at the rooftop solar potential real quick. So if I explore that data, I can zoom in. Wow, that's incredible. So I can. What it's showing me is a overview of the city with all the potential rooftops with solar potential. With the darker shades are it's more shady, and the brighter yellow spots moving into the yellow side of the color is more sunny. Existing solar arrays detected 86. Looks like less than 1% of the total potential. That's incredible. Potential emissions reductions equivalent to 153,000. So this is very fascinating to look through the data itself, just to encourage people with the potentials in the area. I kind of thought about, when you think about solar panels, sometimes you wonder, is my area too cloudy? Is it kind of right? A lot of folks might think that solar panels are more conducive for the more sunnier areas of the country. That's not always the case. Like Arizona or the desert or something like that. When in truth, you could. It's very viable in a lot of places around the country or in the world for that matter. Anyway, not just about solar potential, but building emissions and transportation emissions. Fascinating. It tells where this data is coming from. Details behind the data itself. I can tell you, exploring the website a little bit more. They built a lot of the maps and exploration of data off of Google Earth Engine. So interesting there. But check out Environmental Insights Explorer. So insights.sustainability.google. And you can explore that there. And I'll include the links in the episode show notes as well. The next thing I want to mention is Radiant Earth Foundation releases world's first open repository for geospatial training data. So this is the website for Radiant ML Hub. You can do that. You can go to mlhub.earth. You can sign up for the API access or submit a repository to contribute. They have some available data sets, such as from existing current countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. They have partner data, surface water, global land cover. Anyway, why did they do this? Well, to make geospatial information more accessible to data scientists who are working on global priorities like food and security, they launched this effort, the world's first cloud-based open library dedicated to Earth observation training data for use with machine learning algorithms. That's what they technically launched it yesterday, so December 9th. So the premise for this is, although there's abundance of satellite imagery out there, abundance of sensor data, there's a massive shortage of training data that exists and tools to advance applications for machine learning on them. So a lot of those things are proprietary or behind closed doors of individual companies who made strides and understand the value of that training data, and they're keeping it close hold. For that matter, to inspire new innovation, Radiant Earth Foundation has released an open repository, which I think this is a really good thing. And there definitely needs to be more training data to kickstart efforts in a certain direction, to more initiatives down the machine learning curve. So check that out when you get a chance. Once again, mlhub.earth. So the next thing, and this is kind of a cool project you can do. It's called Esri released an article the other day, December 6th, about making your own Dymaxion globe ornament. So if you're in the Christmas spirit this year and want to make it more map oriented, you can check this article out. Not only does this article give you the templates to make these Dymaxion globe ornaments, basically it's these you just print it out on a piece of paper, cut it out, and then fold the ornament into this kind of polygon shaped globe. And it's pretty cool. You can hang them up on the tree. But it also shows you how they came up with these maps using ArcGIS. It shows you how they did it, the styles of maps they used, as well as the making the map itself before you're able to creating the template. So you can go to this website, learn about how they did, maybe make your own variants of these templates, or you can. You can print out the existing templates, and they have 3 of them: a watercolored ornament, a felt ornament, and a paper cut ornament. You can see them here in my example that I'm screen sharing right now. Give me an idea. Yes, I did. We did make these here. So you can see this is the watercolored one. Really cool. This is what it looks like in person. Here's another one over here, and this is the, I want to say this is the paper cut ornament. So, easy to do. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes to make, and you got some extra ornaments for the Christmas tree. And by the way, this is the last one I have not done yet. This is the felt style ornament. But like you say, you just cut it out. Great project for the kids. Learn a little bit more about the world. I like that the tabs that you have to glue together, glue or tape, they actually have some little hints, kind of like a puzzle for the kids. For example, one of this is headed to New Zealand. So you actually, it tells you right here that you need to connect this tab to the New Zealand side, which is way over here. So when you, way over there. So when you're done folding it all up, you got some hints of where the tabs go based off of, help them learn a little bit more about geography awareness. Cool project. Check that out. The link is a little bit long for me to mention it here on the podcast. So once again, check that out in the show notes. I'll have the link available. Let's see. The last thing I want to mention for the show for today, it's a cool little find. Now, this actually came out, and I'm not sure why it's starting to kind of, let me get to the point. It's a list of geospatial companies, EO, GIS, UAV, AG Tech, and more. So back in January of 2018, an individual by the name of Christoph Rieke, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, started to maintain a Twitter geospatial companies list to keep track of all the interesting commercial companies in the fields of geospatial analysis. This is Earth observation, GIS, digital farming, agricultural tech, web maps, visualization, satellites, UAV, you name it. There's a bunch of stuff here. Well, he expanded on the Twitter list by converting it into a public Google Sheet. You know what? I need to show you where that is. Okay, so this is the article by Christoph here, and you can see an example of a couple of the companies he has on there. So this is his article. He explains what he did, and you can either look at the Google Sheet specifically, where this is it right here, and there's over 500. How many of these are there here? I can go down the list. Total about 509, so a little bit over 509. But he also made a web map or Google Maps of this table as well. So I can bring that up on the side where you can actually zoom in, and he's categorized these by Earth observation, GIS spatial analysis, digital farming, UAV and aerial. So you can find out where these company offices are, probably just their headquarters. And figuring out if they're nearby you. Contact information is not included. Looks like it's just the address, but it's enough to go on to get more information about those companies. Very cool. He actually looks like in the article has a couple statistics as well. Let's see, where did that go? He had a couple statistics. It's probably in the you probably do that with the Google Sheets table, but very cool. Yeah, in the info, you can look out more about that. If you have a submission you want to do, you can reach out to him at CHRIEKE, that's his Twitter handle, or CHRIEKE.github.io. So if you want to add or improve, reach out to him, or just check it out. I'll once again provide the Google Sheets, the map, and even the article in the show notes. So check that out. A very cool resource. And like I said, he came out with this back in January 2018. I'm not sure why it's just kind of blown up again from a news perspective in Twitter. Maybe if folks are just now starting to really discover it on scale. Or maybe he just realized that he decided to expand it and he updated the article from a Google Sheet or his Twitter list into a map recently. But the article is dated from last year. Either way, it's an awesome resource. Keep track of it. Copy the table, add to it. 500 companies. Pretty cool. Well, that's all I have for you for this episode. Once again, if you want to support us at Project Geospatial, there's a number of ways you can do that. You can either go to anchor.fm, and there's a contribution section for that. Let's see. Or we have our Patreon page as well. So you can go to projectgeospatial.com, click on our Patreon link, help contribute to us that way. This helps keep the show going, help me pay for some website resources, or occasionally help us take the occasional trip to interview companies directly at some of these conferences. We don't make any money off of this. This is a hobby of ours, but we enjoy doing it and informing everybody what's going on with the geospatial community as a whole, and love bringing guests on. Different companies out there love sharing their products, their services, and we enjoy meeting everybody from around the community. So once again, anchor.fm/ProjGeo, I think. Let's see. Let me get that right. Of course, don't know the exact URL to my own show. That's pretty bad. Got to get more familiar with that. Stand by. I should know this. Okay, yes, it's anchor.fm/ProjectGeo. We just started the anchor.fm a couple weeks ago, which helps us distribute to a number of different platforms, and we love it. So it helps us distribute to 10 other podcasting platforms. But you can support us through there if you like to know more. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks.